Hey everybody, welcome to the first Thursday of September. How's it going? Susan Lazar Hart here, your intuitive creator of Congruent Living Coaching and the Congruent Living Assessment. If you haven't taken it, it's up there with the question, are you feeling burnt out? If you're feeling burnt out, I don't think you're actually living a congruent life. And that's what this space is all about. It's about opening up to the questions of how can we create something greater with who we be, what we be, and what we came here to be and do, right? Because a lot of us have forgotten that along the way. We bought into belief systems, mindsets, all kinds of stuff. So now's the day to clear it out. Come on in with your questions. Our theme this month is about intentional living. So as you come on in, tell us your name, where you're from. If you're coming in later, hashtag replay. I always come in and check. And if you have questions that weren't answered today, come on in and write those. So as we begin with intentional living, what is that? Well, whatever you put your attention on grows, right? So a lot of people have been coming up to me recently and saying, I don't understand why this is turning out the way it is. Well, what was your intention? What did you intend to create? Well, I intended to create $1 million in 3 months. I intended to create a lover. I intended to create, well, you get the idea. Well, there's a huge difference between intending to create and living with that intention, right? So when we live with an intention, it's intentional living, right? It's not haphazard. Nothing just happens to you. So I'm going to give you an example of how you can play with this. Get a sense of something that you're asking to create. Could be right in this now moment, could be 6 weeks from now, could be 6 months from now. Get a sense of that. What does that feel like, look like, taste like, right? So for myself, there's been a huge awareness of creating a community with a private membership, with meditations and classes and all kinds of goodies, right? And so that has been my intention to create something greater in the next coming months with Congruent Living. Now, with that intention, what's required, right? What does that feel like for me? What does that taste like? What does it look like? I get a sense of it. And then I actually choose it and practice. I practice what that will be like, being with these new people, being in this community, right? I practice what that will feel like, that invitation, right? I get a sense of it. So my intention is to create, and I intend to do it. Now, there's choices in there, there's questions for sure, but getting that awareness, and every morning I sit with that intention of what that will feel like, what's the sense of that, and I practice it. And then I ask myself, so what's the energy behind this? Right? What's my next best step in creating towards where I'm asking to go with this? And what's my next best step in creating a greater community of like-minded people who are growing, asking to grow, letting go of their past, playing with the future, living in the now moment? What's my intention is to create greater. How do I intend to do that? I'm going to set up my steps and choose and practice that choice and choose again and practice that choice and choose again. A lot of people just go out there and say, oh, I want this. Now, they're not actually intending to follow through. They just want it. So, am I in the right ballpark? Is this is this an explanation that you got of what intentional living is all about? If there is, give me a thumbs up or a heart so I know I'm in the right place. We're going to be having Ask Susan live at the beginning of every month on the Thursday. Yay, Tessa! Tessa, I've got your questions here too. I'm just about to get to them. Oh, good. Tessa, are we in the right ballpark? Yeah? Let me know. Oh, thumbs up. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So, I'm going to just read Tessa's questions. I love you, Tessa. Thank you so much. And I'm even putting on my glasses. How's that? Tessa. Susan, I'm curious about intentional living. Is it a mindset, a choice, or a decision about the outcome we desire? So here's the deal. Mindset has a bad rap. Hey, Rita, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mindset has a bad rap, right? Mindset is every 10 seconds. And mindset is living with intention. So, some people ask me, Susan, are you a mindset coach? And I go, hell yeah, right? It's not about setting your mind to be something. It's about what is your mindset. So for instance, if you have a point of view that something won't work, that's your mindset. If you have a point of view that, oh, so I wonder what else is possible here, that I haven't been willing to be or see, that's a mindset, right? It's any belief system that you buy into as real and true is a mindset. So just like living in the laws of polarity, for every yin there's a yang, right? And there is no good and there is no bad, there just is. So, Tess, I love that question. Intentional living, yes, it's a mindset. This morning I got up, when I went to bed last night, I already put it out into the realms. It's like, tomorrow I will know just what to do. Tomorrow I will be committing to contributing to new beginnings. Tomorrow I will be playing with this kind of food. I know what's in the fridge. I know what herbs are there, and I'm even before I go to bed, I'm putting all of that out into the Ethernet, right? And so I go to bed not saying, oh crap, I didn't do this, or oh, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, or oh, I can't stand my body, I don't know what I'm going to eat. No, right? What you put your attention on grows. So is that a mindset? Yes, you could call that a mindset. My desire and choice is to create an abundant life that I contribute to and that contributes back to me. So when I get up in the morning, it's like, so body, show me what you'd like to do. I went for a walk, got in the car, went for a walk on this beautiful rec path, ended up buying a coffee, buying Ricky some croissants, and by 9 o'clock I was back here with my a class that I have every morning at 9 o'clock. Right? It's that easy. I'm committed. That's my intention, is to grow, live, expand, live in abundance. Yeah. So, is it a choice? It's definitely a choice. Again, choice creates. Choice creates. You gain direction of where you're asking to go by choosing it, right? With intention. So that nothing just happens, right? It's how are you creating your life? I'm creating mine with intention, right? I intend to live a joyous, abundant life. I intend to be in communion with everything that this planet has gifted for me and with me. I intend to be a contribution while I'm in this body, in this time, on this planet. That's intentional living. Now, what does that require? Thumbs up, hearts. Are we in the right place? Again, this is a special class. It's a class conversation. It's not a dialogue or a monologue. Come on in with your questions. And Tessa, let me know how we're doing on these. Second part. Right. Is it a decision about the outcome we desire? I would say it's a direction. Right? Intentional living is about choosing a direction, not a decision. So I know that come November, I will be offering you this amazing new program called New Beginnings. It's still in the cooking stage, right? I'm aware that things will shift, things will change. I will learn a lot more about myself. I will learn a lot more about marketing. I will learn a lot more about what you, my peeps at Congruent Living, are asking for in a private membership club, right? So, Tessa says, this is so good. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you. So that's my intent, is to learn, grow, live in abundance, and be a contribution on the planet. So do you see how new beginnings that will be occurring in November that I will be creating, it matches my intention. Again, everything has a vibration to it. Everything has a vibration to it. It's about getting a sense of what you want that vibration to be and starting to practice it now. So you're letting the universe know, oh, okay, I can send in more of that. And you start to attract that vibration, which then gives you more choice, more possibilities, and you are able to live in the question. Yeah, Cool. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you so much. I love your questions. And by the way, this is all about being in the question, right? Intentional living is living with the intention of never buying anything as real and true. Intentional living is about, again, getting a sense of what you want, practicing it, and choosing it, right? With intention. It doesn't just happen. It's not, how you plan your day is how your day becomes created. So, there's so many times where we all do that, where we're saying, oh, I'll get to that, right? Well, there's no intention there. And that's why I say, go to the energy behind what that is when you say, I'll get to that. Are you getting to that for you, for somebody else? Is now the time? What would that create? Does that create what brings you joy? Those are all the questions we want to be asking with with intentional living, and this is what we'll be covering for this month. Now, I'll be covering them on Congruency Quickies. If you have questions, if you're listening to this and say, oh, dang, Susan, I got some questions for you. Private message me or write them right here on our Facebook, Congruent Living for Seekers and Creatives. And I will include those in our Congruency Quickies on Tuesday, where I go live as well. I think we covered a whole lot in a small amount of time here. Wow, Patricia says, love this. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, it's really, that's a mindset, right? That excitement, right? It's like, oh, how you set yourself up for the day, for your life, for your living, for your bank account, for your year, is where the energy will flow. Yeah. And you want to go to the energy behind the energy behind the energy. Right? And ask yourself, is this congruent with who I came here to be? Like I found for myself for the last, I would say 2 years, I've been taking courses, I've been self-educating, I've been reading books, I've been hiring mentors. And all of a sudden the other day, one of my mentors offered a 3-day program, and the price point was really tiny. And I all of a sudden there was just something that just wasn't working for me. And I kind of observed myself and observed what he was doing and what was being created. And I realized this is match the vibration of my intention of getting this New Beginnings group. Actually, no. Cool. It was that easy. Right? It was that easy. Tessa, so it is how you want to feel. Yes. And you can also play with the word feel and what you're asking to sense. Right? Are you sensing abundance with this? Right? Because I love that you asked, is this how you want to feel? Absolutely. Right? Feeling has a bad rap as well. What is it that you're sensing within your life, within your living, within your reality? Is it joy? Is it harmony? Is it congruency? Is it abundance? Right? We often go to, well, if this, then that. If this is occurring, then I should feel that. That's when we get busy in our heads, and all of a sudden we lose the intention of what we began with. And we hit that bump, we hit that speed bump, and we get wrapped up in how we feel about something, rather than, oh, does this actually add to my life? Does buying this feeling is true and real work for me? Well, yeah, it could, right? Only you know that. It's really about being aware of, how does this work for me? Does this match the sensation of what I'm asking to play with, right? So again, if feeling for you, the word feel for you, for all of those who are listening, and thank you, Tessa, for that question, because we have lots of people that come back in and listen to this. If you get stuck in that, change the word feel for sense. What is it that I'm asking? What is it that I'm sensing here? Now, how do you want to feel? Joyous, happy, creative, awesome, right? Definitely. So I know for a lot of where I go forward, it's like, oh man, I checked that off my list. Yes, I feel successful. I'm also sensing that I'm moving my life forward, right? In a way that's directed, in a way that has intention. Yeah. Tessa, how does that for you? Thank you. It's a great question. Really great question. Is that anybody else have any questions about this? Because it's really, every word has an energy for sure. But it's you who are giving it energy. Right? Remember that. Every word has an energy. It goes out into vibration, into the universe, and attracts a like vibration. But it's you, the being, who is giving that energy to that word. Right? So somebody can say like, wow, this is really good. Oh, I love it. And there's an energy to that. And somebody else can say, oh, this is really good. Oh, yeah, no, really, I love it. Right? You get that? What's your intention behind everything you say and be and do? It's going out into the universe. And the universe says, everything is here for you. So for you not to live with intention is really silly. Because it's all here for you. Tessa says, great, thank you. Love it is the energy behind it. Patricia, thank you so much. You're the energy behind everything. Absolutely, right? Because this is your hologram. This is your reality. Nobody's making it for you. How you be and choose, and with every nanosecond, every now moment, does it add to what you intend to create? Again, so when somebody says, well, I didn't intend to create this mess. Well, how did you create it? How did you create that? And not in an accusatory way. Like I remember, I guess about 5 years ago, I was part of a specific modality. And all of a sudden, it wasn't working for me. And when I went in and thanked everyone and said, thank you so much, I'm going to be choosing something else, I realized the question that was asked of me is, well, how did you create this, that it doesn't work for you? And at first I took it in a way that was like accusatory, and then it took me about 2 years to say, oh, I was actually done with where I was. And instead of just walking away, I actually had to create a little drama and trauma for myself in order to give myself permission to say, thank you so much, this doesn't work for me. So we create everything. And the beauty of living in the question is we learn from that, right? It's like, oh, cool. Thank you so much. That was awesome, right? Thank you. That was awesome. Yay. Let's see. Tessa, or they can say they love it, but they aren't feeling it. Yeah. Well, maybe they are feeling it. I mean, that's the whole point, is that that's their energy behind it, could be their, whatever that is. I don't even go there, right? I don't even go there. It's not my business, right? I'm in the business of creating greater. Yeah, that's my intention, right? My intention is to be the space of space of space. I mean, that's, Tessa and Patricia, both of you have worked with me and are clients with me, and you know that, right? And I love you. Thank you so much for coming on. It's great. Appreciate it so much. It's creating that space of space. Patricia, I can relate. Also created drama in the past to convince myself I was done with something. Absolutely. Because we're cute. We're just not so bright, right? And the cool thing is, if you're willing to acknowledge and appreciate, wow, I'm the kind of person that actually stirs stuff up for myself. In order for me to see something. Cool. Right? Good for me. I'm going to appreciate that about myself. I'm going to know that about myself. If something isn't working for me, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes, I'm going to change it. Right? And again, universe will give you information. You don't pay attention to it. The universe will kind of give it to you with a caress on the cheek. If you don't pay attention to that, right? The universe is then like, hey, you want to stir up some shit? I can help you do that too. Right? Because you get it when you get it, when you get it, when you get it, when you get it. Yeah. Tessa, I did some drama at Christmas when I was done with something too. So liberating. I know, right? Come on, we're drama queens. We love it. But the fact is we can laugh about it, right? And it's like, oh, okay. And then when it comes around again, you're aware of that sensation, and then you can choose, oh, does this work for me or not? No. Okay, wow. And then you can also see, like for myself, when I said, oh, so how did I create that? Then I kind of was like, oh, okay. And then I could see everywhere, instead of just choosing for me, I was taught to create drama and trauma. Now, when we're taught these belief systems, we're generally taught them between the age of 0 and 7. By our parents, by our caretakers, whoever that is, that entrains you to the belief that in order to change something, you gotta fight, you gotta have a little drama and trauma, somebody has to be right, somebody has to be wrong, right? For the most part, we were not taught to choose with intention, right? Choose with intention. We were not taught to honor our commitment to ourselves and to our word. We were taught to honor the person who was raising us, feeding us, telling us they loved us, teaching us. So when we buy into that belief system that something has to happen that's like volcanic in order for us to shift and change, the cool thing is we now have choice. We now can look at it and say, oh, wow, none of that was mine. That was my mom. I mean, my dad and my mom would fight at dinner and my father would get up and walk out of the house and slam the door. No drama, trauma there, right? So I had to unlearn that by really being in the question and asking myself, okay, so is this what I intend? Is this what I intended to have happen? Yes or no? Oh, what's another way of being with this that actually gives my body ease and joy and peace? Yeah. And, you know, I always say the way you start your day is the way your day unfolds. So for myself, I'll generally, again, you know, I talk to my tomorrow today before I go to bed and put that out into the universe and get up in the morning and move my body, go for a walk in the woods, do meditation, give myself lots of water, and begin my day. Yeah, that's my setting your intention into your day. So we've covered a lot, I think, so far today. So thank you so much, so much, so much. I'm so grateful for you. Again, if you have questions later, come on in with your questions. If I'm not answering them here, I'll get to them on our Congruency Quickies. That's where we're going to fold in the Ask Susan questions and the Congruency Quickie together. Something new we're playing with, and every Thursday you'll be getting something special from our vault, the Ask Susan TV vault. And go to our YouTube station. Please share them. I'll put the link in here. Thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you so much, Tessa. Thank you, Tessa. I know it must be late. I'm not sure where it is in the UK, what time it is. Erica, most times I'm enthusiastic about, got to put my glasses on for this. Oh, I got lots of hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Most times I'm enthusiastic about creating changes and choices when things aren't working. But lately, I feel this sense of quitting or giving up, and I'm not sure what that's about. Thank you so much, Erica. How many people right now, you know, I love that, Erica. Thank you so much. When we get an awareness of something that doesn't match what we're asking to put out in the world, ask yourself, who does that belong to? So lately, I have this sense of quitting or giving up, and I'm not sure what that's about. So how many people on the planet right now have just given up between everything that's going on, right? How many people have just given up? So that's my question would be, is that yours, someone else's, or something else? So let me know how that sits with you, Erica. I think I got lots of hearts from Erica. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the question I would ask. And the thing is, you know, I remember once giving a talk to a group of young women in business in Montreal. I was asked to be a keynote speaker. And somebody got up and said, well, it's really good what you're saying, Susan, but, you know, what are you doing about the starving children in Africa? Well, the truth is, change begins with you, right? The truth is, and I turned that back at them. I said, well, what are you guys doing? Are you raising money? Are you building wells? Or what are you doing? So the truth is, there is always something going on the planet that is going to be disruptive, that doesn't work for me, that doesn't work for you, whatever that is. You have a choice, Erica, and that's why I'm so grateful for your question. That's why this month is called Intention. How do you intend to live your life? Because we often take our lives and put them on hold until the world is perfect. We often take our lives and put them on hold until we can figure out how to solve other people's problems. There's no intentional living there, right? Change begins with you. Be the change you want to see in the world and go from there. right? My target is, what would it be, to generate so much income that I can then partial it off into where I see need on the planet that actually vibrates to where I'm asking to go with abundance. How does it get any better than that, right? In the meantime, I am being that change, and I'm offering that change to all of you. And that's intentional living. Yep. And that's how I work with my clients. That's how I am with my family. That's how I am with myself. And that's called congruent living. So, on that note, I will love you and leave you. If you would like to work with me, private message me. Let's chat. Let's get to know each other. Let's see what else is truly, truly, truly possible for you, because life is too short. This one true precious life that you've chosen here on this planet in this now time it's gone like that. Let's live with intention, right? Let's change the world, and change begins with you. So thank you, Tessa. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Erica. Thank you for all of you who are quietly watching in the background and haven't come on and said hi. I adore you all. I love you all. I so appreciate you all. And thank you for being a contribution to the changes that we're going to be incorporating with Congruent Living. See you for our Congruency Quickies. Until then, live boldly. Live boldly with intention. Love greatly with intention. And be that fearless leader that you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you and your intentional living and your knowing of what else is possible, not less. I adore you all. Mwah! Thank you so much. Bye-bye.